Guys, we're live, 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 we're live. It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Now, this of course is the big, huge, massive preview that will be going down a bit of the Europa League final as well as the Champions League final. So those are the two ones that we're going to be focusing on. But you know what? We might as well just, share some thoughts, share a bit of thoughts and some condolences for our unlucky friends AC Milan. So Hazem, before I mean Europa League and everything, how are you feeling? Because look, my thing is this. I mean, I'll give you the floor, but my thing is that Milan are not ready to be in the Champions League. They're not ready to be in the Champions League, and I feel that even if they had qualified for the Champions League, that squad would not get through the groups. And would they be able to attract any players in order to really be able to be fully functional within the Champions League? I don't think so. But how did you view everything in your view, personally?
Look, man, it was 100% we have ourselves to blame. Like 100% we have ourselves to blame because the Champions League wasn't lost in this game. It was when we battled it against so many small teams throughout the season, against Spal, Empoli, Frosinone, all these small teams. We couldn't win it, and it's been this whole season. We have a mentality that we go into games scared. We wait for the team to score to start playing football, and when I'm sorry, but Gattuso is just not the right coach. He has been a recurrent theme that we can't get a proper coach into this Milan team. This year, I'm sorry, but we had the players to make Champions League. The players, quality-wise, were good enough. They're better than Atalanta's players. The difference between Atalanta and us is the coach. They have a coach that's not scared to attack, that's not scared to actually take the initiative and have positive mentality.
So let's keep it real here. Do you honestly believe, objectively speaking, that AC Milan have better talent than better talent than Atalanta back to front?
Yes, since we got Piontek and Paqueta, definitely. And the proof is we've been ahead of them for many times in the season. At one point in this season, we were 8 points ahead of Atalanta, and we bottled that lead when we were in third place. And that's all because of the mentality. We can't hold the lead in that position. And yes, you're right. We're not ready to be in the Champions League. I would say if we got a new coach, a top coach, and maybe we would have, because if we would have made Champions League, we could have made some big signings. Because as soon as we make Champions League, we attract the big player. We can attract big players because that's the only thing missing for us to attract big players. But now it's we have to just go again. But I just think we have ourselves to blame. And congrats to Atalanta and Inter. Inter now are getting Conte. They're gonna have probably a really good season.
Yeah.
I don't think Atalanta's doing anything.
Okay, so Spalletti does all that stuff and then he gets told to piss off. I mean, that's a bit unfair.
Oh, Spalletti.
Nah, it's more than.
I mean,
do you guys bottled the Empoli game by going
they nearly did
after he was leading. Spalletti this whole season he hasn't been the reason. Inter's squad is good, and Spalletti is the reason that Inter didn't get past PSV in the Champions League.
Okay, so let's just take this super chat here before I really take this to the floor. So thank you for the super chat, original base Annie. He says, United and Milan are in the same boat mentality. So let me even take that to the panel here. So who do you think has a longer road back to becoming elite? Man United or AC Milan? Let me start with Mane. Who has a longer road to becoming elite? United or AC Milan?
It has to be United because AC Milan it's an easier league to get top four. They just have
easy. Let me talk.
It's and compared to the Premier League, yeah. Premier League, you have to beat very tough teams. You have to actually be good to be top four. So I think United have it much harder. So yeah.
So how long do you think United? How long do you think it will take for AC Milan to now get back to becoming a Champions League heavyweight?
A heavyweight. I think they'll make Champions League in the next 4 or 5 years. A heavyweight, I don't think they'll ever be a heavyweight anymore. They're too far behind everybody else. I don't think heavyweight would need a huge miracle somehow, but I don't see it being a heavyweight anytime soon though.
Hardcore. Who has a longer road, Milan or Man United?
I think United has a long road. Because I just feel like United.
Wait. Easy. Hardcore. I'm looking at an AC Milan badge on your AVR.
He's a Milan fan now.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'll get there. So
Yeah.
I know that Jujuman is very influential, but I'm getting quite worried that Jujuman's influence is now spreading to many people where we're now changing clubs after every game. So, Hardcore, let me just get it straight. So you are now officially an AC Milan fan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Tell him why.
I just wanted that. Okay, thank you.
Ask him why you changed.
Wait. Who was a longer? Look, it's 29-19. Anything goes these days. Who was a longer road?
I was gonna say AC Milan, but I think Man United have more of a rebuilding process to do, simply because they didn't even at the beginning, like halfway through the season, they were like miles behind the top four, and they've also got Solskjaer in charge, who might continue to struggle, whereas AC Milan, they're likely going to replace Gattuso. So I have to say, at the moment, Manchester United are going to go through the longer rebuilding process. AC Milan, depending on the appointment of the new manager, then maybe they can improve. But if they keep Gattuso, then you'd argue it'd probably be AC Milan, to be fair.
I agree.
All right. So Hazem, so AC Milan or United, who has a longer road?
No, I think it's United, because United, the problem is deeper. The problem is the management and their ownership. They don't have any kind of
100%.
They don't really care about the club. At least for Milan, higher up, there's actually a plan in mind, and they're actually really trying to invest and trying to bypass FFP. We saw in January by spending on Paqueta and Piontek. So I think we have a shorter time than United, because we're actually taking the initiative, and I definitely think we're going to replace Gattuso, and United just don't have. I don't see where United are going. They don't have any plans, so I think United will take a long time.
Okay. Juju man.
I'm going with AC. It'll take AC Milan a longer time to recover, because United are a big brand, and I don't think United will be trashed for a long time. I mean, for a big brand like United, for example, they've finished top 4. I think since club started, they have had more trophies than Liverpool, but what's it called? Like one bad season, and it's like all hell goes loose, because everyone's just everyone's like United. I mean, apart from this season, they've been doing all right. It's never been bad, but people have reacted so bad, and I think just because of their club stature, there's no way they're going to be trashed for a long time. I'm hearing rumors about delete, and also this club is not going to be trashed for a long time. And with AC Milan, I don't know how many years have this guy's been rebuilding. Everyone's saying AC Milan will be back. I think this is like how many years? So I'm not sure.
7, 8 years.
Yeah, and
probably
like the coaches, exactly, and the coaches they're signing. I mean, Gattuso, I want to see his resume. I'm not sure if he has accomplished anything to get the Milan job. So I'm not sure where they're heading if they're hiring. Mediocre.
That was the previous management.
Okay. So
you can say the same about
AC Milan or United. Who will take longer?
AC Milan will take longer. Even though it looks right now United are in bad position, I think this is because of the club stature of United. AC Milan will take a bit longer.
Okay, so before I get to Kadim, let me just get things straight, because I think the panel is getting a lot of heat in the chat room. So the people in the panel have been called bricks, and the people have taken aim as to how people change clubs. Now, guys, this is the Hangout. Okay, we've been doing this for years. It is what it is. The people in this Hangout some of them are slightly psychotic. They're very and they're very different. So if you're expecting BBC or Sky or anything, this might be the wrong place to come to. But the funny thing is this: as much as you may hate Mane, you may hate Juju, you may hate all of these people. You keep coming back. That's because these guys somehow, as much as you hate them, they are special because they're so psychotic. So it is what it is. This is why it's the greatest football chat show on the planet. It is what it is. So now, look, before I let Kadim speak, Kadim, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we take a look at this guy's AVI? Thank you. He has put a GOAT, one of the greatest football players of all time, an amazing player. And guys, if you haven't, and I'm sure you have, please take a moment. YouTube.com, press enter, type in Okocha can goal Frankfurt. And
He's so good they named him twice.
You will see, of course, you will see without a doubt one of the most disrespectful goals scored of all time. Let me say it one more time. You will see one of the most disrespectful goals scored of all time against one of the best keepers of all time. That's what I'm going to say about JJ Okocha. Thank you very much. So Kadim, who will take a longer time, AC Milan or United? And his mic isn't working.
I guess say right.
Oh yeah, quick, Mohammed. Who will take longer, AC Milan or United?
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with Juju because United can afford to, waste millions, hundreds of millions. So I reckon it's probably a matter of time before they're back. There's just so many mistakes you can make as a football club. I mean, they'll eventually come back, I reckon, in the next 3 or 4 years, probably before Milan. But Milan, I've got to say that I've seen a lot of improvement this season. Especially few of their games they just rely on crossing and stuff like that. But I've seen progress this season. That's what I would say.
Okay, all right, Muntaha. Who'll take Man United?
But what's the exact question? That's the thing. Like,
so basically, who will take longer to get back to being in the elite of football? Remember, these were both elite, massive clubs, and they're sort of going through a bit of a tough time right now. So, which club will it take longer to become amongst the European elites?
Okay, I think so. AC Milan will take longer. I'll tell you why. There's a reason. Because Man United is a brand of football, right? Okay, AC Milan is like they have rich history of winning Champions League, all those things. But right now, if I see the board, Man United board, they are like, okay, they don't have that IQ, high IQ, but they can afford players. Some of Nicolas Pepe or David Neres. They can afford him, directly without wasting money. Like they can waste the money. AC Milan, they are more efficient. This is what I've seen from they have improved drastically.
Yeah.
Secondly, the reason I'll say that, because I just came to know that Gattuso is staying, isn't it?
Is he staying
for next season?
No,
Yeah.
who told you that?
But in a sense,
I had
he said
Allegri.
that,
I had rumors of Allegri coming in.
He
but
said what he said. He can say what he says. He's not gonna stay.
Yeah, but right now, what we have isn't it? Gattuso is staying right now. Okay.
No.
So I'm just no. I'm just
For the
assuming
time being,
on
he's there.
Yeah.
Let's
So I
just
have
say
to
that.
assume on that basis. Okay. So if you see that, I think so. Man United has better chance to be back in Champions League, and they have shown the symptoms, isn't it, against PSG? Even though PSG was trash, but they have shown. AC Milan need a bit more time and proper proper manager, and they need to sign some of the players. Come on, I want them to buy at least one more defender, one more tier 2 centre mid left winger. Then I think so. United will come back. I think so. Yep.
Red. Who will take longer, AC Milan or?
I think United will take longer, and the reason for that is even with all that money that United spends, I think instead of building a good team, they're building a bad reputation because these guys have gotten best managers like Louis van Gaal, they've got Jose Mourinho, they got players like Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez, and they're still flopping, and they got Pogba, and they're making their players worse, and they become if you're a top player, why would you want to go to United? You're gonna go and ruin your career. Yes, you'll get a paycheck. That's cool if you want to collect a paycheck, but then that player is there for the wrong reasons. Whereas AC Milan, I equate them similar to Liverpool. Liverpool, they had a bad stint in the early 2010s where they were in Europa. They were finishing 8th, 6th.
Red,
the first year.
Red. The question.
One sec. Let me finish.
Wait, let him land.
They had a competent coach. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as Liverpool got a competent coach,
Yep.
they built a decent squad. As soon as they got back into the Champions League, immediately they were able to target the best players in Europe because they're European giants, similar to Milan. They have that brand. They're an established club. Milan,
the best players in Europe. I mean, Mane.
Wait.
No.
Let him talk. I'll give you guys a floor.
Just to answer your question. Alisson was one of the most coveted keepers last year. Liverpool got him first, even though there was a ton of
Chesney
clubs
was
with him.
starting ahead of him at one point, though. So.
No, but that's
but
still, that was him.
Chesney's not on his level, man. Come on.
Yeah, and he's up.
Chesney's on his level. Don't worry.
Alisson's a young keeper. He's younger than Chesney, so of course Chesney's gonna have priority over him. But I'm just saying, Alisson was one of the most coveted keepers last year. Liverpool landed him. Naby Keita, a ton of clubs were after Naby Keita. Liverpool landed him, and Liverpool right now they pretty much can get they get top picks than anybody.
Wait, Red, you're missing 2 points, three key points. First point is First point is United have, like you mentioned it, United have a lot of paycheck. You can't underestimate that, and they have the star power. As long as Pogba is there, there's a star. Like there's a star. Wait. The Pogba, he can attract other good players. If you have one star, you can attract other good players. And what's it called? And they play in a good league. It's not like you can't compare Serie A and what's it called? And for AC Milan, they don't have the same quality of players. Like, they don't have the quality that's
Red, you're missing one more point here. That AC Milan is will struggle for FFP because they have to recover the money, isn't it? So
no, but they're under new ownership, right? They're under new ownership.
No, listen. What I'm trying to say is they have to cover for at least next 2 seasons. You never know. The next 2 seasons, United might spend bomb, and come back.
But United also have FFP.
And also, guys,
they don't have that much.
And you guys mentioned the league. I think it's much easier for Milan to win the league because they only have one major competitor to beat, which is Juve.
True, but what's it called?
Whereas I don't.
But there are 4 trophies in England. Like with Syria, I mean, if you can't win, how are you going to win other?
1.5 trophies that matter. Only the league and the FA Cup. I don't care about the Carabao Cup.
Nobody
cares about the Carabao or the Community Shield.
It's
the league and the FA Cup. You can have that. You can have that.
Red. Round off.
All I'm saying is I just believe because of AC Milan, because even though I do think Serie A is much easier to progress into the Champions League than the Premier League. It's going to be much harder. I think they will have an easier door to the Champions League. When they're back to the Champions League, I think they'll be a more desired destination to go to over United, even with the money.
All right, so now let's get to the meat and bones right now, man. And shout out to the homie Elton, who just tweeted me because he said that he's getting deported back to Algeria due to some complications of him working and everything. So he said that he's listening to the Hangout. He's a huge fan of the Hangout, and he just wanted us to really get into the meat and bones of this whole Champions League and Europa League thing. So shout out to a Hangout fan out there.
Yeah, man, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, so look, so let's do it for our boy Elton, man. So look, let's start off first with Liverpool, Tottenham, man, and then we can then right through to to the thing. So look, I am of the mindset that I just don't believe that Tottenham have the ability to defeat Liverpool. So the key thing here is that I need one of you guys to somehow convince me of a way based in football that Tottenham be Liverpool. Because my thing is this: Liverpool are the better team. Liverpool were in the final last year. They're now in the final this year. Liverpool are stronger than they were last year when they reached the final. The two top teams that Tottenham beats are defensively inept in Man City and in Tottenham. That is an issue that Liverpool don't have. The pressure is going to be on Liverpool. So Liverpool are far more focused on winning this than Tottenham. For Tottenham, they've pretty much already been a success. It's already been an overwhelmingly successful season of them reaching their first ever final. So every single argument is going towards Liverpool's way. Then you have the whole Harry Kane situation. Does he start? Does he not start? So there's a whole issue. So my thing is this: is that can somebody tell me an argument as to how Tottenham can win? And how apt is it that I start with Mane, who I'm sure has a very argument.
Also, HH super chat. There's a super chat.
Okay, yeah, I'll get to the super chat, but let me just get people saying, Dory, original base, Annie, I will get to your super chat. Let's just get into this conversation, then I will get to the super chats. Mane, give me the arguments. How do you feel that Tottenham can defeat Liverpool?
First of all, for Tottenham, if you look at the journey, how they made it to the final, they weren't even supposed to be there. Even get out the group stage. Like the final day, they won the game, and they were waiting on the result from Inter and
finally
PSV.
making sense.
From Inter and PSV, I always make sense. You just don't get it. But from Inter and PSV, and through that, they made it. And then against Dortmund, it was a tight game. but at the end they got the Harry Kane got the away goal. They made it through that. Against City, they only made it because they had a good clean sheet at home. And against
And
Ajax, it's
VAR.
this. Yeah, sure. And then at Ajax, there was a tight game as well, and they still made it at home at a winning away. So I think when you look at a cup final, it's really 50-50. Whatever you talk about, Liverpool have been there. Yeah, they lost. They've been there to lose. So if you're talking about losing
You're
experience,
playing Real
sure.
Madrid, bro.
Yeah.
So let's put that out there.
It was a 4-1. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be 4-1. Losing a final 4-1, I wouldn't consider that something positive that you say we can
4-1 was
win
it?
next
It
year.
wasn't 4-1, mate. Get your facts straight.
What the hell?
It was
3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Two
So much
calamities.
better. So much better. Anyway,
Look, man, give me
Losing
a
a-
footballing reason, man. Are you mad? Give me a footballing reason.
okay, a
What do you do, man?
footballing reason is that Tottenham are more. They have less pressure on them. They're better strikers that are on form, and I think they have a stronger midfield, which is the key to beating Liverpool. If you have a stronger midfield than them, you can completely destroy them.
Wait, hold up. I'll let you, but I need to pause you. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Mane, 22 goals this season. Salah, 22 goals this season. How do Tottenham have better, more lethal goal scorers than two dudes who finished joint top goal scorers in the league?
It's about going through your opposition. Where were they last final, huh? Where were they last year in the finals? Okay,
Oh,
so
man,
I
is
don't want to
waffling.
hear.
No.
He's
I don't want to hear
waffling.
22
no,
goals.
Doesn't make
Manny,
sense.
the question was, give me a footballing reason as to how in 2019, not 2018, in 2019, how Tottenham can defeat Liverpool. Don't talk to me about how Tottenham's journey. We all
I'm
know how
just.
Tottenham's journey was. Tell me about this game tactically. Break it down. What do Tottenham have that can beat Liverpool in that game?
I've just told you. They have a much stronger midfield than Liverpool. Liverpool midfield is error prone, and I believe Kane and Lucas Moura are more of a threat, and Son as well. They're more of a threat attacking wise in terms of clutch moments, and even when they're behind, I think those players can make much more of an impact than Salah and Mane. Because if Liverpool go behind, they're pretty much done. They don't have
What
that
on earth?
comeback spirit in a
Where'd you get that
one-off
make
from?
game.
sense.
Wait. Where'd you get that from?
Especially, I don't want to hear about the Barcelona game because that's a two-legged tie. In a final, it's a different mindset, especially the pressure of Liverpool going
Spurs are
trophyless,
literally,
losing
this is their
against
first
Tottenham.
final ever, mate.
Could you stop interrupting?
Okay,
Okay.
Manny, please round up.
Why are you so
Yeah,
heated?
mate.
We're talking for people.
Yeah, man.
Just round
Mane
up.
is
I'm not
waffling.
heated. I'm just telling you, Tottenham have less pressure and their players have been
I feel
in
this so.
dire situations. But in the cup final, you can't go, this is the history. Liverpool have done such and such. So I believe Tottenham can do it, and I believe they'll win the final because of their stronger midfield and their attacking players are more clutch than the
Doesn't
Liverpool
make sense.
players.
Stronger midfield.
No,
They don't
it's-
have a strong
it's-
midfield.
it's fair. So before I
Yeah.
get to hardcore, so super chats from original base Annie who said, "I said it. I don't want players at United who don't want to be here. Be it Delete, Griezmann, Koulibaly, or any players being linked." And my response to that is, it is fair because look, a lot of people are saying that the only reason why a Delete or a Koulibaly will come is because United still
Cash.
have great spending power. So maybe these guys would only be coming because they want to get paid for 2-3 years, then leave. So, but my thing is this, that bro, I don't think United have the luxury of like, oh, do you really want to be here? They need talents, they need top players. So forget about whether they want to be here or not. If they need Koulibaly, Griezmann, there's possibility of sign them because you need those players in order to get top four to get yourselves back into the big time. So hardcore. So tell me, how do Tottenham defeat Liverpool? Give me a way that Tottenham can defeat Liverpool.
For me, I really think Tottenham can win Liverpool by luck. They need serious luck in order to beat.
Okay, what?
Hey, no, Mana, you've talked. Relax. Hell,
Ask the reverse question. How can
And
Liverpool
you're
beat
talking about
Tottenham?
interrupting?
hardcore. Yeah.
So-
There's many ways. There's many ways we can beat Spurs, mate. But anyway,
So hardcore. Give me an AQ for. So it's in luck.
Okay, yeah, luck. Like for me, how I see it, it all depends on who scores first. And my problem is, this is my problem. I just feel like Liverpool has too many know-hows. They have too many experience that, oh my goodness, we've been to a finals. We knew what happened in the finals. You know what I'm trying to say? So they're gonna lock it down, you know. But I'm just keeping my fingers crossed for just serious luck because I think if Spurs can get serious luck, I think they can win the game. You know,
So,
they need
so basically, you're saying without luck, Tottenham don't have a chance.
I really don't think they have a chance against Liverpool.
Okay.
That's the problem.
I agree with that.
Okay, so before I get to that here, we're just another super chat from your boy Original Base Annie, who says it's going to be a Arsenal Spurs Super Cup.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Thank you.
Trust me.
Double salute
to Devil. Devil said that doesn't even care whether Arsenal win the Europa League.
That's relevant.
Yeah, many Arsenal fans have that opinion actually.
So
listen, I'm a Liverpool fan first, and then
thank you.
Okay. So here then. So what do you think is that you're most fearful of that Tottenham have that you think can defeat Liverpool? Is there anything that you think Tottenham can do tactically or how they can set up which could possibly expose Liverpool in the final?
Yeah. Okay, let me break it down. First of all, I believe we're going to beat them in the final, but I'm going to try and give you an argument as to what Spurs need to win this game. Hardcore said that it will come down to luck. I mean, Spurs have had a lot of luck in reaching the final, so maybe he's right in that sense. But tactically, I think Pochettino needs to set up more defensively. He also needs to make sure that he plays Lucas Moura and Son as the two. So if he starts Harry Kane, I don't think they're going to be able to sort of, pressurize us from the back because we're really good at possession. We're good at counter-attacking. We're a complete team in many ways. So Pochettino needs to get his tactics right. I think he needs to make sure that Trippier and Rose are not susceptible defensively as well because he likes to play with the wing backs. But I think if he goes with a defensive approach, it's going to make it much harder for us to sort of break them down. But if Spurs try to press up high and if they go up like very attacking, I think we're going to pick them apart. But if Pochettino plans well and plays a defensive game, then who knows? They might get the better of us. But I don't think they will. I honestly don't think they will.
Okay. All right. Hazard.
Yeah, I agree with the here actually. Look, if Tottenham try and go like for like against Liverpool, man for man, both attacking open game, it's in Liverpool's court. It's Liverpool have been doing this whole season. Whenever it's an even game in terms of the roles of the teams, Liverpool can break apart every attacking team. But I think if Tottenham are just a bit more careful and absorb the initial pressure Liverpool is gonna put on, because I think Liverpool's gonna come out firing because they're definitely 100% motivated for this. They're looking for revenge. Salah's looking for that the final that he missed last season. He wants to make up for it. And look, Liverpool are going to come firing. I think if Tottenham can absorb the pressure and really limit the attacks, I think Liverpool can get frustrated, and Tottenham can be very dangerous on the break with Son, Moura, and I don't know if Kane's going to start.
I just want to add 3 plays for me that concern me the most. Lucas Moura, Son, and Moussa Sissoko, because Moussa Sissoko gives Spurs that energy. He gives Spurs that energy and that drive to run in between. So
100%. And if
we can limit those 2 or those 3 players, I think we're going to win this final quite easily.
This is the thing, the interesting thing with and a big thing for Tottenham actually is that Van Dijk and Matip, most of the teams they've come up against, they've had a central either player like Messi to focus on or a central striker that they mark. With Tottenham, it's going to be very, very different for them. And I don't know how they're going to be able to deal with 2 roaming players like Son and Moura. Usually Matip's attached to that player. And
is Gomez not playing?
Fabinho's going to be key in that
sense.
So
it's going to be really tough for Liverpool to try and adapt to that. So I think that's what Tottenham have a chance in, really taking advantage of that and using that in the counter.
But for me, ultimately, this game is going to be decided by the wing backs. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson will win us this final. Trust me.
Yeah. So I think ultimately, Liverpool will win, but that's how Tottenham have a chance by just being a bit more careful, not going all out attack, and really using the speed and movement of Son and Moura. I think that's how Tottenham have a chance. But I think overall Liverpool's experience gonna beat Tottenham, and I don't know what Pochettino is gonna do, but I think Tottenham will eventually crumble under the pressure Liverpool put on them.
Okay.
So
all right. What experience?
All right. Mane, can you shut up? Juju, Thoughts?
So, by Liverpool for this game, the only way I think Liverpool have to win is they have to score at least 2 goals.
Tottenham, give an argument for Tottenham, man.
Yeah, I'm giving. Liverpool have to score a goal for 2 goals in the first half, because the worst thing that can happen in this game is if it goes 0-0 and it's in the dying moments. I mean, or if Tottenham score fast. I mean, with Tottenham they can score fast as it. I mean, if they score fast late and they are up 1-0, then that's big trouble for Liverpool. So Liverpool have to score at least 2 goals before they die. They have to
we'll score 3. We'll score 3.
They have to. And they with the matching with people like what's he called? I expect Danny Rose to contain Salah on that side. The one I'm worried is Trippier.
Danny Rose.
Yeah, Danny Rose was amazing. I don't know what he was.
He's very good.
Games.
I
mean, what's he called? And what's he called? Sorry, the one thing is Liverpool are dangerous on set pieces, but Tottenham have taller players, so that should be like. And another thing is what's he called? This is the first time I think Liverpool have faced midfielders that are not this physical, because Tottenham have a physical midfield. Yeah. Barcelona don't have this much physical midfield.
And we faced them already.
True, but it was 1-0 and Loris messed it up. It wasn't like a blowout. It was a tiny mistake, and I saw Tottenham miss like easy chances too. So they did, this is like it's closer than people. I think it's closer than people say. I think they might go to extras or because. And another thing is the space. Like if Liverpool faced Tottenham, let's say a week ago or right after, because Liverpool had a momentum, and this huge break I think is in favor of Tottenham because they had.
I disagree with that. I think
it favors Tottenham because Liverpool were hot after Barcelona. Like they could beat anyone. Like they were on a. Now it's cool off a bit. And what's it called?
Give me an argument for Tottenham, man. Give me an argument.
True. The one key argument that I'll end with. The one key argument is the pressure. I think the pressure cannot be underestimated because, like, if you can see, just the pressure is the one reason that Tottenham can win this game. Pressure might be too much for Liverpool, even though it doesn't sound that, but the pressure is key.
Okay,
that's it.
We'll deal with it.
What is funny? I believe. I'm apart from maybe Hazm, I'm not hearing. All I'm hearing is luck, juju, white magic, black magic. Witchcraft and all this kind of stuff that I thought of in, which is very worrying. Mohammed, how can your sworn local fierce rivals somehow, some way,
I forgot super
nightmares?
They don't. That's it. They don't. They're losers. They come out losers in that game.
So there is no way that they can beat Liverpool.
I mean, with crosses, these guys are dangerous on crosses, so that's one way they can score.
So set pieces
and set pieces, yeah. That's probably the only thing that scares me with Tottenham.
Easy.
And Son, of course, Son. They call him Sonaldo, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So him, yeah. But overall, I think Liverpool should come out victorious in this one.
All right.
One comment, Double H. Like the one reason that makes this dangerous. That's why I'm not like. I mean, I expect Liverpool to win, but it's the fact that no one gave Tottenham's Hotspurs a chance in their last 2 games, and no one is giving them a chance, and it's like they're proving us wrong every time. That's concerning. Even though the other 2 teams were way better.
Can I just add one thing? Can I just add one thing though?
Yeah.
When we beat Spurs, I don't want people to sort of say that Spurs bottled it, this and that, because at the end of the day, they've done really well to get to this Champions League final. So they do deserve respect for that.
You missed 2 super chats, HH.
Yeah, no. Trust me, guys. Don't worry. I will look at the super chats. Let me just get through everyone first. So, Mohammed, you're saying that only set pieces. Apart from that, they are screwed.
You never know if Harry Kane, man, because Harry Kane he gets you a goal here and there, right? So. I'm not really sure. I'm just hoping, man. I'm hoping everything for the best that Liverpool come out just win. I'm really nervous going into that game, man.
Okay, all right. Okay, Munsa, how do Tottenham beat Liverpool? Is there a way?
Bro, look, man. First of all, I just want to say one thing. People keep on forgetting that the Spurs team, they know how to react in game as well. And even if they're down, they know that how to come back. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, they were lucky at times. I can understand, but
you can say that about
they lock one out. Maybe their lockers run out. Maybe they lock.
Monta, you can say that. About both teams,
bro. Look, man, come on, man. The way Dali Ali played, in the final third of second half against Ajax. That's come on. You have to give credit for that. Secondly, So, guys, just say one thing, man. Spurs shouldn't start with the target man. No, they shouldn't
Yes,
start with
I
Harry
agree.
Kane.
I agree.
They have to
Because
play
you've seen
free
Moura
flow.
and Son.
Yep.
Yes. Free flow. They have to play free flow, like when they're on transition. I mean, like because what I have witnessed, yeah, if you see against Barcelona as well, at times, and I said this thing on the previous hangout as well regarding Liverpool defense. They're so rigid.
Yes.
I didn't
yes.
find them like flexible enough. Like I know Van Dijk is great defense this season, but
Isolate.
like
Man mark.
yeah,
That's
like
it. Man mark. That's it.
Yep. So I don't want Harry Kane to start this game. Sorry to say
Wait,
that.
wait.
But
I
like,
want to ask De Gea. Is Gomez
Yeah.
starting in this game?
Mama,
Sorry.
trust me, we have to sort of get through because I
Yeah.
got to go through super.
Yeah.
So Monta, round
Yeah.
up, go red. Monta,
Yep.
round up
So
your point.
yeah. So and you know what? The last thing I just want to say, yeah, even if you're pragmatic, if you give the space between the lines, I don't think so. Liverpool can exploit that with this midfield. Like I'm assuming Naby Keita is not fit to play in this final, so I don't think so. They
He
will
had
be
a hamstring.
that
I think he's
creative.
out for the rest of the season, isn't he?
Yes, so I don't think so. They will be that creative to to find the pockets in between the lines. So yes, and they can do and be clinical and set pieces. And last thing, last thing. If Spurs wants to win this game, finish in the 90 minutes. Don't take it to extra time.
Okay.
That's it.
Red. How do Tottenham beat Liverpool, man?
I think, man, Tottenham have a great chance of finishing Liverpool. Like, first of all, I think they beat him by Pochettino's tactics. I think he's going to play a major part in this, and I'll tell you why. In the Ajax game, I saw Spurs play with 3 different formations over the 90. They played with a 4-3-3, they played with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and then they played with a 4-1-4-1 where Sissoko went beast mode right behind the midfield and was just retaining everything. So that shows me one thing about Spurs is that these guys are relentless. They're constantly adapting and changing. With Pochettino constantly notices the in-game what like little changes, and he changed it because if you watch both legs against Ajax. In the first leg, people were praising Ajax. Only the first 30 minutes they were good. From 60 minutes afterwards, like Tottenham completely neutralized them. Like they couldn't do anything. Both of them were like, they were they were scouting chances. As for like, and from watching Spurs, I watched the Spurs versus Liverpool game. I didn't watch the first one. I watched the last one, where ended 1-0. And like Juju was right, like they won by like a very lucky mistake, which I don't think Lloris is gonna do in a big game like this.
Okay.
You never know with Lloris, man. This the guy.
It's true. But this guy's a World Cup winner, Mo. We have to respect him.
He's also known for making mistakes like that.
True. But aside from that, I do agree with Muntaha. They shouldn't play with Harry Kane. They should not start with Harry Kane. Harry Kane should come off the bench.
I disagree. I think he gives you a lot more than.
Mo, I'm a big believer in Juju and Destiny. I'll tell you 2 things. Last season, a Spurs English player came off the bench and had a huge impact in the final. You guys know who I'm talking about, Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
I feel like Kane could replicate that by just that, the omens are there. Just him coming off the bench. And we could have a North London Derby Super Cup. I mean, is it fate
I don't want
Arsenal...
that. Listen, I don't want that.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so round off your points so I can just get some.
No, round off my points. I feel like the way they will beat him is by Pochettino's tactics. I don't feel like individual brilliance. I don't think Spurs have the starting 11 to beat Liverpool. I think it's their manager. He's gonna have to outcoach Klopp, and that's how they beat them.
So let's just go to some of these. Easy. I'll get back to your chill. So from Ash R says, Ballon d'Or winner predictions, top 3 or top 5. So let's just go around the table. So for me right now, I would say Messi, Van Dijk, and I'm gonna put in
Mane.
Sterling.
I'd put Mane in there as well.
Oh my God.
Mane, top 3 for Ballon d'Or.
Because I know how they work, it's gonna be Messi, Mbappe, and Van Dijk.
Mbappe, wow, okay, hardcore.
I think it will be Van Dijk. I'm gonna say Van Dijk. Maybe I'll say De Ligt, and I'm gonna say CR7.
CR7. Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Hazard.
Gonna say I'm feeling a Salah masterclass in the finals, so I'm gonna say Salah.
He's had a poor season, man.
Messi.
Really.
Well, Ballon d'Or is not based on one season.
So Salah,
Messi, AFCON as well. So I think Salah, Messi, and Van Dijk.
Juju man. I know you love this bloody black and dog stuff. So,
I'll go with Messi, Van Dijk, and I mean the third one is up for grabs. There's
give me a third, man. Just give me a third.
I'll go with Mbappe because he's third parted, and the 20-year-old third parting is amazing display. It's amazing display.
Okay, good.
Lewandowski.
Okay, Mohammed, your 3 Ballon d'Or.
Van Dijk, even though he's, I'm not the biggest fan, but you have to put him in there. Messi, and I'm gonna go with Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Aubameyang.
How can you put Mane ahead of Salah?
Okay. No, but he's had a better season now.
No, he hasn't.
He's been the more important player for.
He's been close.
No,
has been very.
Salah's been more important.
Sorry.
Where was Mane in Napoli team?
22 goals when you're not a goal scorer.
Yep.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Muntaha,
He's an assister, and Salah has more assists.
Muntaha, your top 3.
Yeah, my top 3 will be Van Dijk, Messi, and Raheem Sterling.
Thank you.
All right. Mane, chill. With Red, your top 3.
Yeah. Let me preface this. It's still too early because there's competition to be concluded. But as of today, as of May 26th, it's Messi number 1, Van Dijk number 2, and Mbappe number 3.
Mbappe, what?
Oh my
French
God.
league.
We're looking at stats. HH. He's only second to Messi.
No.
We don't care. We don't.
The Champions League. You don't deserve to be considered playing the French league. Wait, now let me get some super chats. So from who's this dude here? From Lukman Osman, who says Spurs did well at Anfield and should have won. I wouldn't say that they should have won, but I just think, look, it was a good game, but I think it showed that Tottenham can compete very well with Liverpool. And if Sissoko had put that shot away, who knows? From hey, Jujuman, you have a fan from Jujuman's apprentice, Hugo Lloris howler incoming. If Lloris makes remember, people forget this.
Yeah, he's known for that.
A howler in the World Cup final.
Yeah.
If Lloris makes a howler in the Champions League final, I'm building a wing for him in the Brick Academy. So the bricks are there to build if he makes it there. So, and from Ogopa, Mane and Yol Kubu are related. What? Okay,
Kubu?
I think
Kubu
is
to you, Mane. Look, Mane, you have a lot of haters, man. I don't know why.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay. I have him on strings.
Okay, so let's switch now and look at Liverpool. So if you're, oh God, all right, let me just read this super chat and then I'll get the whole thing.
I want to move on to the Europa League.
Say that this name is banned. Okay, this says the name is banned. HH, please forgive he who shall not be named. No, I'm not forgiving that loser because he missed an open goal in 2010 in a World Cup game. So it's never been.
Yeah, Kubu is it?
Yeah,
I don't know what it's talking about.
Yeah,
all right, so Liverpool, put it this way. Who do you expect to come up big for Liverpool in the game? Salah, Mane, Alexander Arnold. Who do you expect to come up big time for Liverpool in the game? Mane. Come on, Mane. Be objective. Who do you expect to be Liverpool's hero in this game?
I don't think there'll be any heroes because they'll lose. But their hero will be Henderson because he'll run a lot and put in a good shift. But other than that, it's gonna be a terrible game. I don't know why everyone thinks here Liverpool's gonna win, but it's very open, especially in a cup final. You don't want to be the favorite like Liverpool have. So nobody.
All right, nobody. Okay. You've talked. Hardcore. Who will be Liverpool's star man? Do you believe?
I think it will be Wijnaldum and Alisson.
Wijnaldum and Alisson.
Yeah. How did you come to that conclusion?
No. I said star man. Not.
The star man. Oh no, Wijnaldum.
Wow.
Oh, Wijnaldum. Much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wijnaldum has been very good this season.
Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Cool. No. Okay. So Hazem, who will their star man be?
Mo Salah, running down. There's only one. Come on, man. He's coming up this match. This is his match to prove all the haters wrong. He got injured in the final. He got disrespected because of that. Ramos fucking idiot. But now Now he's got his chance. He's got his chance to show up, and I think he's gonna be the most motivated out of the bunch. And they bottled the league, so now he knows this is it. This is the time to show up, and he's gonna show up, and he's gonna be the star of this match. And I can't wait till the hangout after the final. I want to see everyone's faces.
Okay, Juju man.
I think it'll be Hugo Lloris if Liverpool win. I think I'm not even joking. Like, what's it called? If Hugo Lloris puts a good shift, I think Tottenham will win it. It doesn't make sense, but I swear I've used logic the entire tournament. I've been wrong just some of the time. Like this sport cannot be explained with logic sometimes. And what's it called for Liverpool? Apart from Lloris like deciding the game, I'll go with Firmino. I think it was Trent and Alexander-Arnold and what's it called, Mane, because he'll have Trippier, so he'll be the key. He'll be the key, Mane.
Okay. Mozola.
I don't have any songs for that Sadio Mane, but
yeah, because he's worse.
I'm gonna go with Sadio Mane. I mean, whenever Salah's not been there, he showed up, so I've got to go with Sadio Mane.
Okay. Muntaha.
Yeah, man. For me, the key players for the final from Liverpool side is like I think it's going to be two players. One is going to be Sadio Mane for sure.
Yeah,
and the second one is Fabinho for me.
Okay.
I think so. Fabinho will make some crucial tackles and good interception. I think so. They'll be the crucial player to stop the attack. Ball retention and everything. So I think so. Yeah, Fabinho.
Red.
I think it's going to be a very tight game, and for these tight games, you need a clutch moment, and I'm going to pick Sadio Mane. I think he's going to come up clutch, man. I think he's going to be he's going to get some respect after this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been given too much respect.
Wait.
What the hell?
Chill. Let's go to some super chats. So from Ash R, thank you for your super chats. Will Messi lead Argentina to glory this summer? No. He's an exact flop.
No.
It's tough, man.
I don't even know if he wants to go.
Does anyone here think that Argentina will win the Copa America this summer?
No,
I mean, HH, they could. HH.
Possible.
They have a better chance. They have a better chance of winning AFCON.
Possible.
I'm going to go to Red, Muntaha, then Hardcore. Red.
Yeah, no, I looked at the Brazil squad, and that Brazil squad, because I feel like they're the main competitors. Because Chile, they're pretty much their main players that won that. They're done. Let's go. Uruguay also, they're pretty much on the decline. They haven't this decade that they've had the full players. They're pretty much gone in. Suarez is gonna miss it, I think. Or I think he's gonna be back just in time, but he's gonna be back from injury, so I don't know how well he's gonna play. So it's between Argentina and Brazil. Maybe Colombia as dark horses. But looking at the Brazil squad, I don't know, like it doesn't give me too much. Paqueta's good, but like, bro, there's too many youngsters, and there's no balance. Like only Casemiro and Neymar are the only prime players. Everybody else is either too old or too young.
Arthur.
Okay. So you're saying no?
Arthur's heading to China. Yeah, no, I think he could. I think Messi could lead them to glory. This.
Okay.
And he could redeem himself. This is in Brazil.
Sure.
This is in Brazil.
Good story.
Who does he have? Otamendi?
Look, man, haters like this time. I think so. Messi has a chance, and come on. Look, I'll tell you. First of all, the problem is like Chile is done deal, man. Come on, I don't see any kind of threat from Chile. Secondly, Uruguay, like more defensive approach, like pragmatic, and I think they'll face Brazil. I don't think so. They'll face Argentina. So I think so. Argentina will somehow make finals and be clutch. And secondly. Brazil, if you see Tite, oh my god, he plays Fernandinho. Fernandinho's crap, bro.
Fernandinho's crap? What?
Fernandinho's crap.
International competition. I mean, for his country, Fernandinho, what he's done in the World Cup. You tell me
they got knocked out because of him. They got knocked out because of
Fernandinho.
Own goal.
Okay, fair enough.
My boy Lukaku bodied him twice.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And Kevin De Bruyne has given him birth, bro. Like he's given Kevin De Bruyne a baby birth, bro. So come on, man. Forget about this Fernandinho. Casemiro is rough. Like he's not. Like he's rusty. I don't think
in the
so.
squad. Is he in the squad?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. And bro, like they have problem with the right backs, bro. Like who's that? Dani Alves?
Dani Alves. Yep, that's her.
No,
that's
what's
right
called?
back.
Telles. Christian Telles.
He's a left.
No, he's left back.
He's a left
fullback. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
What's the point? What's the point?
So my point is like Brazil will somehow again, be short of 1 or 2 goals and they'll go out, I guess, in semi-finals. So I don't think so they're winning.
Okay. Hardcore.
Okay, have hope. For me, I think Messi is overrated. Argentina,
Laessi.
Is that
Laessi,
Wait, let him land, man. Let him land. Let him land.
his new name is Laessi. Because
Laessi.
what I'm seeing is he's not reliable.
what a traitor this guy
You can't
is?
trust. You can't trust. No, no, no. Listen, you can't trust this guy in big games to deliver a
What are
trophy.
you
It's not
talking
gonna
about?
happen. The thing about this Argentina team is Argentina don't
Yeah.
have a Jordi Alba.
What?
If you really look at Laessi, listen,
I'm
they don't
like,
have
Let him land. Let him go land, like guys.
they
Chill.
don't have a guy who makes the
Jesus
same
Christ.
runs
He's
that
right.
True, but
Jordi
it's a
Alba
point.
makes.
It's a point.
And this is the problem because they don't have that. He can't do those long playmaking balls that he likes doing in
that
Barcelona.
that's just
You
one
know,
aspect,
No,
and
no,
bro.
no,
that's
no, no, no. But no. Let's
Let us
because I
speak.
think he makes a very interesting point that just needs to be expanded upon. Obviously, like you just say Albert, like what the hell?
That's
But
just
the
one
issue that
aspect.
Messi has always had with Argentina is he plays in Argentina like he plays for Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And
Yeah,
he doesn't know how to adapt because I watch him
exactly.
closely. He tries those 1-2s. He tries those balls at the top because he expects to get the ball back. He expects
Back,
to
yeah.
make those runs because he's
Mhm.
so married to that system he's been playing in since he was young. He
Young,
just
yeah,
doesn't know how to adapt because when you look at any other player from club to country, you have to adapt. You have to adapt.
exactly.
It is
Yeah.
different. Hates Cristiano all he wants. When
hmm
Cristiano is for Portugal, he now knows that okay, boom, I have to now play differently now. I've got to be much
I
more
agree.
striker, much more.
Definitely.
But when I'm for Real
Mhm.
Madrid, because it's more systematic, I know that I can now hog the flank and now operate there. Neymar as
Yeah,
well. When Neymar was for Barcelona, you know, okay, I've got to hog the touch. I've got to be left. It's cool.
exactly.
When I'm for Brazil,
Exactly.
I've got to hold the ball a lot more. I've got to be I've got to be much more the playmaker. But Messi is still stuck in that mindset.
Mindset. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yo,
And
this
and,
guy
and
does amazing stuff for Barcelona. Of course, he'll do amazing stuff for Argentina. But people don't
exactly.
know.
Can I
He
say,
needs
The
can I say something
Can
about Argentina?
he will refuse to do, and every coach that comes in will be like, "Nah, man, this is Messi who broke all the coach records. Let's just build the team around him. However he plays, but it will never work because the way Argentines think and the way they
Think-
play ain't
yeah.
how Barcelona players play."
Yo, can I
Yeah,
say
exactly.
something?
Exactly. That's what I
Okay,
want.
wait. Before I get to go, let me just get to some of these other super chats.
Okay.
From Gatslock. Gatslock says, whoever said LFC would win easily hasn't been watching Champions League this year. The underdogs have been winning. Tottenham versus Barcelona in the group, City, Ajax versus Real Madrid, Liverpool second leg. True. I'll give it
Thank
that.
you.
This has
Thank
been
you.
the Champions League of underdogs, but I just feel the local runouts. From Microaggressor, a machine. What's more scandalous, oh Lord? Messi winning the Ballon d'Or this year, or FIFA turning the Copa America into an annual tournament so he can win something for Argentina? I'm not sure whether any of those are scandals because if Messi was to win the Ballon d'Or, I wouldn't think that would necessarily be scandalous.
He won a league title.
And the whole Copa America thing, it is.
The
And
This is the fifth one this decade, HH. It's the fifth one this decade.
okay,
Like there's
wait,
the Copa America next year.
From Ogopa Super Chats, he says, will Saudi Mane be regarded as an icon if he wins the Ballon d'Or? Better than George Weah or next to him? Whoa.
No, that's too much.
No,
That's
jeez. I mean, calm down.
Hold on.
That's
Bro,
too much.
let me just tell you something about George Weah. George Weah is the only African player to have won the Ballon d'Or. George Weah is the reason why I have such a close affinity to AC Milan. George Weah is one of my personal heroes. George Weah is one of the greatest strikers of his generation, and you can talk about striker. Just go on YouTube and look at the goal that George Weah scored from his own flipping penalty box. Sadio Mane is cool.
Against
Weah
Cable.
is a whole other level. Nobody will be like Weah, bro. Sorry. So let's switch to Chelsea Arsenal now.
Yes.
I am considering the forfeit rule. Now let me explain myself.
For who?
Chill. Let me land. Chill.
Don't you dare.
I think that this is unfair. This is unfair. It's ridiculous. Arsenal just have to turn up to win. It's bad enough that Loftus-Cheek is missing, the best attacking midfielder for Chelsea. It's bad enough that N'Golo Kante, the highest scoring midfielder, and the dude who holds the midfield together for Chelsea is missing. You now have to rely on that clown Giroud or Higuain. You now have to rely on those two clowns, or William Nedro.
I'm gonna have to stop you, Hafo.
Really easy.
You forgot Rudiger.
I'll
You forgot Rudiger.
Absolutely. Let me just get this out there. And we know what Lacazette and Aubameyang can do. We know how good Emery's record is in this final. We know how inexperienced Sarri is. Everything is pointing to Arsenal pretty much doing this in 90. That's my fear. Everything is pointing to him doing it in 90. Hazard literally has to do something magical or something. So, from looking at the injuries that Chelsea have, is there any way that Chelsea beats Arsenal? Manning?
Well, it's a cup final, so they have a chance, but it's very low because in order to win a final, you need good strikers, at least decent strikers. They don't have any strikers, and even then, you gotta have your best player like Hazard is not a goal scorer, or is he a cup player? He doesn't perform well, so I don't think they have a chance, especially because Arsenal have Aubameyang and Lacazette, like you said. They're too powerful for them, but maybe Chelsea just need a little bit of an own goal by Arsenal. Mustafi is going to be playing, so
No, he won't be. He won't be. You can be assured.
Mohamed, play him, please. Play him.
Maybe Arsenal, maybe just Arsenal don't know how to win. Maybe that's all they would need. But I highly doubt it because it's Emery. He knows this. He knows what to do. So no, I don't think there's any hope.
What scoreline?
I was gonna say Arsenal 2-0.
Damn. The hell? Okay. Prick. Hardcore. Arsenal, Chelsea. How do Chelsea have any chance with all the injuries?
You see, this Europa League finals, I think, because the thing is, I want Hazard to win the UCL so that he can go to Real Madrid. You know,
he's already going there, whether they win it or not, bro.
Yeah,
that's true. I feel like Arsenal is gonna win it. I don't know why, but Emery has this thing because even in Sevilla, like the know-how tactically, he knows how to handle Europa League finals, and he's been there 3 times. So it's like I can see how, like, what he's doing in training, like how he's getting these Arsenal players ready for this finals. I think Chelsea's defense has not been good this season. Aubameyang, Lacazette, you know, these guys, they're too much of a big attacking threat than David Luiz and who can. I mean, I don't think the Chelsea defense can handle that attack. And
so how do Chelsea win, man? How do Chelsea win, man? Give me something. How do Chelsea win, bro? How do they win?
I think how Chelsea wins is they need to stop playing Kante more as an attacker. Like
Kante is injured, bro. He's not playing.
He's not playing. Oh, okay, all right. I think for Chelsea, then just try to really feed the ball to the likes of Giroud. Don't play Higuain. I think Giroud can help you in this game. And you know, Sarri should stop going possession-wise. He should try to play a bit counter-attacking, like try to do a lot of continuous counter-attacks because that's the only way I see them winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hazem, Chelsea. What chance do they have?
Oh man, like to be honest, I don't see very high chances for Chelsea. Like I know Sarri could put up.
Wait, Hazem. I mean, just say hardcore. Jason Ping says that there's no one in life that he hates more than you. So I just wanted to put that out there. Hazem,
I don't have any problem with that. So yeah, it's okay.
No, it's just no. Look, as I said, look. I have haters and racists after me. So if nobody hates you, you're not doing your job well. Hazem,
I mean, is okay. It's okay. So
easy, chill. Hazem, please. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't see Chelsea's chances that high. I didn't see them winning before the Kante injury news, and now it's even worse. And Rudiger now. Look, Chelsea's defense, I don't know. I don't think it can hold up without Rudiger. I think Rudiger has been Chelsea's best defender this season.
Yeah,
I
was going to mention that.
And yeah, he really holds the defense together when they need him to. And without him, I really struggle to see how they're going to contain Arsenal's attack. Secondly, I know The only thing that I could see for Chelsea is if Sarri's leaving, this could be a good send off, and he might want to just win the trophy. And but from a footballing standpoint, it's really tough to see how Chelsea win it. And look, Arsenal, they have a higher motivation. They need to win this to make the Champions League. So Chelsea, they're already in it. So this is big, and it's mental aspect is huge, especially in the final. I think it's more important than the physical aspect as well. And even in terms of tactics, I think the last time Chelsea played against Arsenal, we saw how Emery's system just can suppress Sarri's system easily. I think when they put pressure, the type of pressure Emery puts, really is going to disrupt Chelsea's game, like it did with Napoli, because Napoli still plays elements of Sarri this year, and we saw how the pressure they couldn't deal with it, and I think Chelsea won't be able to deal with it as well, especially without Kante now and Rudiger. And yeah, I just see Arsenal winning it. Emery, he's got the experience in the competition. He's going to close it off, and yeah, man. Unfortunately for Chelsea, but anyways, it's looking good for them. They're in the Champions League next season, so I wouldn't be too disappointed as a Chelsea fan.
Okay. So just before I go to Juju man, CFC Anushman, bro, I love you, bro. Thank you for the super chats. He says that we can beat Arsenal without Hazard. 2012, remember. CFC Anush, I'm not the greatest mathematician in the world. I wasn't good at maths. I was much more of an artistic mind. But 2012, that is 7 years ago. 7 years is a really long time, bro. 7 years ago,
Di Matteo.
you can see 7 years ago, Arsenal had a very different team. I think these are two different things, and I do believe that Chelsea, as how they are with this team without Loftus-Cheek and Kante, and Arsenal have pretty much a full strength attack. Really, it's very worrisome. Juju, how can Chelsea ride?
Chelsea didn't stand a chance. Like,
I
saw the game against Frankfurt, and I'm shocked how I'm surprised Chelsea fans are going against Sarri, because this team is not as good as I thought. Like, they're not that good, and I think Sarri has overachieved by getting Champions League, and with the injuries, it's just, I mean, it's a win for Chelsea because now they have. Yeah, he has overachieved with that. That team is no good. Apart from Hazard, I don't like, and maybe Kante, some might argue, but I don't think that team is good enough. And what's it called? And what's it called? With the final, Chelsea fans have now an excuse. Like, they'll lose the final, but now they have an excuse. So it's a win for them that they have all these injuries. And Arsenal, I was impressed by Arsenal. Like, they won at tough grounds. Mestalla, where I think Barcelona lost there, and what's it called? And Napoli away, that's a tough ground. So the better team deserve it, I think. And Double H, I'm shocked that you're not behind these two strikers. Like, you made videos about playing with two strikers. Like,
he's a Chelsea fan first, though. You need to remember.
But yeah, I just think it's refreshing.
What is it? A complicated Chelsea fan, he calls it.
Wait. To finish here. I'm just like, the one thing with Arsenal is just refreshing to see a team play with two strikers. I think that it was last done in the early 2000 and
this is about 99 about Chelsea. Give me an argument about how Chelsea win.
Chelsea are not going to make it. Like, there's no argument of this. Like, they're not going to make it. Like, if Chelsea wins,
no, then stop.
Wait.
I'm here.
Wait. So, okay. With Chelsea, if Chelsea win, I'll say this: Arsenal are a nothing team. Like, if Chelsea win, Arsenal are a nothing team. You cannot like a team that has so many injuries.
It's a final, man.
No. There's no excuses.
Okay, no, that is fair. Like, if Arsenal have no business losing this game, like if Hazard does something miraculous, bro, I'm making him a horseman. L. So how do these boys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, me being a Chelsea fan, I'm telling you right now that we have like no chance of winning this game. But
don't say that, man.
Like, look, listen. The only way we win this game is if we get a ton amount of luck. Like the first, I think it was the second or third Premier League game we played. It was against Arsenal when we won 3-2. We need that. Yeah. We need that kind of luck. We need Arsenal to miss a bunch of sitters, and we just need to sort of punish them. So look, man, I think Arsenal are going to win this game. Scoreline, I'll go maybe 2-0. Nah, yeah, 2-0, 2-0. It's going to go 2-1, but 2-0. Look, man, I think it's going to be a good game for Arsenal. I think it's going to be a more of a balanced first half, and he's just going to die out for Chelsea then after that. Because, like, I don't see anyone stepping up. I don't think Hazard can do it alone, especially in a final. But, like, look, man, Chelsea need luck. We need Arsenal to just not show up somehow. So, yeah, look, that's all, man. That's the truth, by the way. That's the truth.
Okay. So before I go to Mohammed, man, super chats from DJ Old Stygio says, "Is Double H the best football analyst right now?" The answer to that
Easily.
easily.
Yes.
I am the boss. Mohammed, now look, let me switch it, and this is what I said with that here. What do you fear the most from Chelsea, knowing that no Kante, no Loftus-Cheek? What do you think is the thing that could potentially maybe swing things in Chelsea's favor, knowing that Arsenal are heavy favorites?
I mean, it's only one guy, and let's just hope he gets a haircut, like he usually does. You know, they usually lose when he does. They usually lose when he does. So,
Don't get a haircut.
it's only Hazard really that I fear. I mean, their best defender Rudiger is missing, so I'm happy at that.
So basically, if you just double team Hazard, then the game is simple. Then it's over.
I mean, even if you double team, he can still, wriggle his way through and put it back of the net like he did against Liverpool a couple of times. So you never know with Hazard. But I feel confident, going into this game, knowing that Kante's out, Rudiger's out, Higuain or Giroud starting. I'm hearing Kovacic. I'm hearing, all types. I'm hearing Drinkwater coming back.
Barkley. I know Barkley.
And I think we'll play the same way as we did at the Emirates against them when we beat them.
Yeah.
We'll probably put Lacazette on Jorginho to stop them from playing, and I think it'll be a straightforward second half, really, for us.
Good evening.
Oh Lord in heaven! All right, okay. Muntaha, is there any chance that do?
Bro, like,
Muntaha, give you some positivity, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. The chances. Look. I'll tell you the chance. Like they have Chelsea. Like because if you see, Arsenal most of the time they outscore their opponents. Don't give them chance to outscore you. First, you have to stop them. Like, okay, look, at the end of the day, you have to concede because, come on, man, Lacazette and Aubameyang is the best strike partnership in Europe, I guess, right?
Yep.
So they will definitely score. But you have to take your chances and then,
One thing you guys are forgetting to mention is our defense is atrocious as well.
Yep. I was going to mention that.
I was coming at that. Yeah. So if you see that, like Arsenal defensive liability as well at times. So I want Eden Hazard just go and run at them. Let's see. You might get a calls like penalties, something like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared of Hazard, man. He can expose that defense.
Yeah. And look, man.
And if Mustafi starts, Lord have mercy. I'm
I'm getting a kind of feeling, Peter Cech last game, and he's going for Chelsea, as a sporting director.
No. He's professional, man. Don't say that.
He might come up something, dodgy stuff. You never know.
No. Don't say anything dumb like that, man.
Okay.
Let's
be serious. Okay, apart from that, I think Aspilicueta will play, isn't it? He's fit. Yeah. So he's going to perform. Bro, Kovacic is as good as well. At times he can be clutch with his through balls, and defensively his work rate is too high, so he can come back and defend deep as well for them. You know what I want from Sarri? At least for this time, stop playing Sarri ball. Play pragmatic football.
He won't.
That's gonna happen.
No, you have to do it. No, you have to do it. And you know what? You have to defend with numbers. No, you have to defend with numbers. Sorry. If you want to win this final, you have to defend with all others. There's no option for you guys.
Well. Actually, if you look at how Chelsea beats Man City,
that's Man City though.
But the issue with that is that Arsenal are not a possession-based team. Actually,
this season we're a counter-attacking team.
Yeah, there you go.
season.
So Arsenal, so basically, the worst thing that Chelsea can do is to try to attack and go forward. Then Arsenal will rip them to shreds. So let me go to Red. So Red,
Now this is an exciting final. This is what like the game that I'm like. For example, in the Spurs, I can see the Spurs Liverpool game play on my head, but this one I can't. It's impossible because I feel like the only way I feel like Arsenal, this is like they're going into this favorites and
heavy favorites, bro. Heavy favorites.
Listen. I'll put this simple.
Do you know who is? Do you know who Giroud is? Do you know who is?
But HH, you have one guy, Zard. HH.
Yeah,
Zard.
Exactly.
And that's the thing.
If they triple team him, what's more?
No. See, HH, that's the thing. You triple team him, you're giving room for other players. And honestly,
Pedro.
And I don't trust Arsenal's defense at all. Like I'm gonna, for all the listeners, for everybody here, just go watch the first like Valencia versus Arsenal. Watch that Diaby's goal. That is disgusting. He's shorter than their center backs, and yet somehow jumped and scored a header on them. Like their defense.
He's taller.
Pardon? No. He was short. He's definitely shorter than.
Diaby's tall, bro. He's huge.
Tall.
He's huge, man.
He's a tower.
Either way, my bad.
But he shouldn't have won that header though. Even though like
he had two defenders on. He had two defenders on him. They should have easily cleared that. So I don't think Arsenal can afford to man-mark Hazard with 2 or 3 players. They need to play. Arsenal to go in and play their game. Not play. They don't adjust to Chelsea. They play their game. What Chelsea have to do is they have to adjust to Arsenal. They have to realize that, look, guys, man for man, we can't beat these guys. We have to find a way through this game, get the ball to Hazard in just moments of brilliance. Because you can't trust Giroud. You can't trust Pedro, who doesn't have the legs anymore.
Yeah.
Willian, I would start with Willian. I wouldn't put Pedro in. I would start with Hazard, Giroud, Willian. Yeah, I would Willian over Pedro. I'm sorry.
What have Willian done in this Europa League? Pedro scored in that first leg against Frankfurt.
True, but like I'm looking at consistency over the whole season. Like over this whole season, Willian I felt has been more consistent than Pedro. And Pedro,
Pedro offers absolutely nothing, man. The guy offers nothing.
And he can't track back. He doesn't have the legs. He doesn't have the pace. Because Arsenal don't have pace within their fullbacks. Yeah. I feel like if they bring in Willian and if they get a counter, they break. They could really struggle because they have also have zero pace in their fullbacks and their center backs.
Yeah. I mean, to respond to that guy's comment earlier about talking about 7 years ago, some final
2012.
Yeah, so recently we've been beating Chelsea. We've had Chelsea's number recently.
True. This season you guys have been better. Like even the first game when you lost 3-2.
Even when Conte was there, we had their number.
Well, the first game, because Conte, you guys beat Conte the first time, but after that he adjusted to the 3-4-3, and that's when Conte just went on that crazy winning streak.
Yeah.
But for Chelsea, honestly, it's down to individual brilliance.
By the way, Conte is going to Inter.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Hazard needs to show up in this game. Like he has to, and I think he could, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The thing is, too much firepower in Arsenal.
Can we talk about UEFA for a second? How they're probably up there with the most useless organizations, along with FIFA.
I agree.
I mean, these guys are holding a final in Azerbaijan that only allocates to 6,000 tickets to each fan base, and even then, fans can't even travel to Azerbaijan.
I mean, that's great.
Because of the logistics.
Okay, let's talk about that now. Like, look, my thing is this because again, I came out and said like, wait, why are you doing this thing in Baku and Azerbaijan? Then people said, well, why can't Azerbaijan host the city? Why? I mean, that's very unfair. How you can have certain countries not host the city? And I'm like, we don't live in everyone. Okay, you know what? Why don't we host it in Alaska?
Yeah.
What do we host in
Alaska?
Wait. Let me host in Finland. Of like, you have to
carry out research
and the travel. Yeah. You can't just arbitrarily just choose any country and not think about, wait a minute, how are people going to get there? How easy is it to access? Because again, it's almost the similar things are having 48 teams at the World Cup, which they now reduced to 32.
Thank God.
Think about this stuff, because people who are in Azerbaijan, it's not because we hate Azerbaijan, it's not because we want to diminish you. You have to look at the general fans as a whole and how easy it will be to access that place. And also, because I believe in karma. In choosing that place, you've now created this situation. Because in fairness, this was chosen way before, so they never even knew that. Oh, first of all, would ask even get to the final. Oh, Mkhitaryan is Armenian, but I believe that by choosing this with the whole issue with the fans travel, you've also had this extra issue of you now have a situation where a guy can't even go to the stadium, so can't even go to the country because of the political situation. So I just feel that, look, man, it should be in mainland Europe.
Yeah.
Either in mainland Europe, or it should be a place. It should go to a place where it's very easy to access, where the access is very easy to go to fans coming from anywhere from Europe, because this is, last I checked, a European competition where most of the nations and the clubs are from mainland Europe or the British Isles. So, I mean, I don't know where you guys stand on that.
Can I respond to you? Because I disagree with most of the people here. I think it's very disrespectful to Azerbaijan. Because one I just want to say one thing. It is a European nation. We don't do it in Alaska because
we're not
Alaska's
saying
not in Europe.
anything negative.
I said
I know.
Wait, Red. I never said that Azerbaijan is not a European country. I said mainland Europe. I said for easy access. Go, okay.
But that's the thing. But the reason why I think it's the Europa League. Let's be honest. If it was the Champions League, I understand the concerns because it's the biggest Europe. Like all the big mainland European countries, like England.
I think you're going. That's.
I'm going to stop it there. That's unfair.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that because you wouldn't do this for the Champions League.
No.
But because it's the Europa League, the fans should now suffer. So you wouldn't do it for the Champions League, where it's always been in mainland Europe. So why can't we have a?
What do you mean by mainland Europe?
In Barcelona? Okay, Red.
No, but here's my whole thing. Wait,
Red.
Because now I feel like the organization from UEFA has been poor for allocating those tickets to the fans. But overall, people did not expect two major clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea to be in the Europa League final this season. Like that's the difference. Is usually the Europa League. What I mean by that is not that the Champions League should always only be in mainland Europe, but it should be in the major stadiums. But Europa League, historically speaking, nobody cares. This has been the first season in I don't even remember the last time we had a very exciting Europa League final.
No.
Nobody. Nobody. No, let's be honest.
At two major clubs.
Atletico in Marseille last year was not as big as Chelsea.
Or even like the Liverpool Sevilla game a couple of seasons ago. As well.
Even that is not as big as Chelsea. Arsenal. You don't have major powerhouses. They're not.
To add to Red's point, Mkhitaryan wasn't prevented from going. He made the decision not to go. They provided
because they couldn't guarantee his safety. They couldn't guarantee his safety.
No. The minister came out.
They provided him all the security. They provided him top security. They provided him top security, and he still decided not to go. He had all security.
Oh, they never.
The minister said verbatim.
UEFA said they couldn't guarantee his safety.
Foreign ministry. It's not UEFA subject. Foreign ministry guaranteed him security.
He said if you're coming to play football, you're welcome in Azerbaijan. Just keep the politics out of it. That's the only thing he said. Yeah. And you can go read the whole full quote because I did see on Sky they misreported it. I believe because either they misreported it. They showed half a part of the quote. But overall, if you read the whole quote, the man said he has guaranteed safe passage. But I don't blame Mkhitaryan if he doesn't feel safe.
Okay. It's his right. Is it fair that UEFA have given out only 6,000 tickets? And
no, that's not fair.
Let me talk. Even though those 6,000 tickets have been given out, they've only sold out. Arsenal have sold out only 3,000. Chelsea have only sold out 600,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
It's 5,000, but we sold at 5,000.
Have you?
5,000, bro. It's 5,000, yeah.
Okay, last I checked it was.
Yeah, it's 5,000 now.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like last time I checked, these tickets weren't selling at all.
No, see, I agree with. We should from there we can critique UEFA but not without going at Azerbaijan.
Yeah,
I feel like UEFA
no one is disrespecting Azerbaijan. We're talking about UEFA, the hosting country that should be accessible.
No, not the country. The mistake UEFA made was the seats, the 6,000 seats, not the country.
That's the thing, exactly, because I'm pretty sure Azerbaijan has the facilities to be able to host a final.
The problem isn't the tickets, is getting into the country. Do you understand?
It's getting there.
That's the biggest problem.
So that's the issue because, we have to stop being these soft little. We're all together. Why are we being so harsh? Let's just be real here. And the realness is this, because I was watching Robbie's video on Arsenal Fan TV. The logistics, the costs is far too much if you're traveling from flipping England.
It's £1,000 a day trip. For a day trip, £1,000.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
From England.
So for UEFA, you are fine with an individual who we don't know how people's jobs, how much they get paid. Remember, these guys are paying with season tickets and everything. So you don't really mind that for each man is going to be a cost of 1,000 to go and watch a final.
HH, how would they know that the two English teams would be in the final?
No. Okay,
that's even worse. I mean, they should be prepared for.
Let me respond. So the very fact of the matter is this: you know all of the clubs that are, because correct me if I'm wrong, Arsenal and Chelsea were in the Europa League to begin with.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're already there to begin with means that they have a chance to get to the final. Don't tell me, so you don't say that, Arsenal and Chelsea and the Europa League just to be there. No, they're in there because they want to win the flipping trophy. The fact that Valencia, and Valencia and Benfica, Frankfurt, Chelsea, these are the teams most likely to reach the final because these are the strongest teams. So if these are the teams most likely, you have to think of, can the fans of these teams access the country, and how hard will it be to access the country? So I'm sorry, it's not no diss to Azerbaijan. It makes no sense to put the final in Azerbaijan because the likelihood is a team like Arsenal, Chelsea, Valencia, Benfica, Frankfurt, Napoli, Lazio will get to the final. So how hard will it be from a guy coming from Italy, from Germany, from Portugal, from England to go to Azerbaijan?
But you're forgetting the region too. They're trying to grow the sport in the region. It's not just about people from Italy or all those places. The people too around the Azerbaijan region. And that's the main point. They're trying to reach out and grow the sport because people in Italy they've had finals every year practically. Okay. Does anybody ever said, "Oh, people from Turkey or Azerbaijan never gonna get there? It's gonna be a cost a while." No, but this time it's just switched to Azerbaijan, so they just have to endure and deal with it. Because every time, like the Champions League final is in Madrid, okay. People in Turkey don't say, "Oh, it's gonna cost us all that to do that."
But a trip from Turkey to Madrid, though,
you're never gonna please. You're never gonna please everyone. You're never gonna please everyone.
This is the mistake you made. You realize most of the fans of these big clubs, like the English top clubs, the Spanish clubs, are not actually English or Spanish. They're usually from Asia. Most of the fans are from Asia of these clubs.
What?
Yep.
Yes.
Numbers, yeah.
Maybe
so
numbers, maybe.
But people right to them. So it's in the middle. So you know.
No. But Hazem. So you're telling me that a guy who has grown up near Holloway Road, near North London, supporting their club,
aka me,
to the Europa League final, they should be denied that right. But that right should be given to people.
So by your logic, that fan is more valuable than another Arsenal fan. That's his whole life he grew up liking Arsenal. So what makes that fan?
Waking up at 3 a.m.
Wait. Let me agree with it now. There is no fan that is more realer than any other fan. But the fact of the matter is this: people even in Asia or Europe, the reason why they are looking at us fans is that, man, these are those guys who were with these guys from Hybrid, who formed the core group. Every club has a core group of fans. I'm sorry, and the core group of fans are the guys that come from the city.
The ultras.
Chill. That's just how it is. So I'm not saying that the core group of fans are more important than the fans in Asia or in the Middle East or in Africa. Of course not. All of the fans are the same. But at the end of the day, there are a core group of fans who come from the flipping city, who live next to the stadium. So if you're now going to sort of shortchange or force these hardcore group of fans to pay thousands to go to a final of their club, sorry, man.
What about the hardcore? What about the hardcore?
Guys,
what you're doing is that you are treating those fans in Europe and Asia far better than those core groups.
I'll be honest, I'm convinced.
All UEFA had to do was tell Azerbaijan to improve their logistics in bringing fans in, bring more fans in instead of 6,000 tickets. Originally, I think it was supposed to be 12,000, and they reduced it to 6,000. And now those 6,000 people can't even get into the final. So,
can I just say, by saying core group of fans, you're immediately contradicting yourself. By saying core group, you're immediately placing that group.
No, but Hazem, he's right. He's talking about ultras. Isn't like the ultras. The ultras were always like they were.
That travel everywhere to.
Yeah, that's different.
Core group doesn't mean more important. There is a difference between I have grown up in the city that the club was founded, as opposed to I'm living in Asia. It doesn't mean that you're more important. But
Can I say one thing over here?
You grow up next to the flipping stadium. You live and you grow up in the city that the club was founded in. That has to mean something. It doesn't mean it's more important.
What about the fans that get up at 3 p.m., 4 a.m. to watch?
You know what? They should given the more rights to the season ticket holders rather than what do you call the core group of fans, because that makes more sense, isn't it? Because season ticket holder, because he invests in the team for a whole season. So,
Most of these core guys have season tickets anyway.
Exactly.
So
That's why they're core guys.
If you have season tickets, then okay, then you deserve.
HH, there's a super chat.
Okay. Let me get a super chat. So super chats from Ogopa, then was probably somewhere around that. So he says, explain how Qatar and Japan are in the Copa America. Well, my explanation. Listen, this is. I'm not sure.
Money.
I feel that look, the Copa. Now Copa America have always done this invitations, and I think Mexico have always been guys who've always, because what they do is that they have the teams, then maybe because of numbers, there's always a country that gets invited, like special invitation. But I do believe that with Japan and Qatar, I think they just want to basically publicize this a lot more.
It's marketing. Let
me add to that.
It's all marketing. Qatar are Asia champions, so if you see how Qatar will do, I thought Japan were amazing.
Yeah, they
the last World Cup. So I'll be very interested to see what Japan do, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun because now I think for Qatar, they will now see now how well can we do against much better level of opposition than we faced in Asia, and I really want to just see, because I think Japan's football and how they play will be very interesting against all of those South Americans. And I think that, because I was even not thinking about this, Japan, man, they have a chance of doing something in this thing, man.
Yeah,
let me add to that. The reason why it's Japan and Qatar is all the other, North America has the Gold Cup, and the African has the AFCON, and European has the Euro Leagues. So they can't invite any of those. So Japan and Asia and Middle East are the only options they have, really. So
and Qatar is going to be out there scouting talent. That's what they're going to be doing.
All right, guys. Look, man. So one last one here, and then actually, this is going to be a last stop. So, guys, our last super chat, then I've got to sort of close. So this is a last one just to close with. Thank you from Martin Rosario. Flopalona struck again, losing to Valencia. Laugh my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, speaking about Breakalona or Flopalona, are we witnessing the end of an era for Barcelona? Or will Messi do greatness again next season, and will Barcelona be able to get stronger next year? Or are we really seeing the end of Busquets, Alba?
Can I go? Okay.
Go.
I was gonna say, HH, we saw the end of an era in 2015. The only thing that's been keeping this era alive for the past 4 years is Messi. Exactly. Like literally, this team has been waiting to be exposed for years. The thing is, in La Liga, there is no legit contender, because Madrid, by the tail end of the season, when we're 6 points, 7 points behind Barca, we just give up on it and just focus on the Champions League. The league is theirs. So
let's be honest here. Most of you people were saying Barca were favorites to win Champions League.
Because of Messi.
Exactly. You said Messi's on them. It's one man can't win a Champions League. So you knew damn well Barcelona had
well, man, if you're calling him the GOAT, then I mean, like, a Champions League isn't too much to ask for. You know what I mean? Like,
so everyone here pretty much believed in Barcelona or a good team. So I don't want to hear this end of an era stuff just because they lost.
Well, quick question.
And they were winning, by the way, 3-0. When they were winning the first leg 3-0, nobody said anything. Looked pretty good.
So you mean to tell me? What about but the area that I'm talking about, because the Barcelona that I grew up to was the Barcelona that never had sponsors, and when they did get a sponsor, they got UNICEF. They were the Barcelona that used to get players from their account. They had the sponsor. The Barcelona that I grew up to also never used to buy expensive players. That was Madrid's thing. They would stick to a coach. They would, for more than 4 years, they would have like a coach for at least a 4-year period before sacking him. Their players used to come from La Masia. This Barcelona, literally, they're just a copycat of Real Madrid. They took our blueprint.
Wait.
They are.
My thing is because I think Messi has to decide what he wants to do. Because again, look, I'm not here to blame Messi or call Messi. He's on the review. But
my God.
HH, can I say something?
It's easy, chill, man. Let me land about your old club, man. Chill. Thing about Messi is this: I just think that you can't live in your cocoon forever. Because you see, this season was supposed to be therapy for Messi. Because in Messi's mind was like, oh my gosh, you losers embarrassed me at the World Cup for Argentina. And that was why he was so desperate to get the season going. That's why he grabbed the mic, because he was so angry as to the Argentina FA, Sampaoli, the disorganization, the team, everything, that he thought, you know what, the best thing to remedy just the embarrassment I had to go through in the summer is to win this treble. But it ain't that easy. Did you really think that as an individual you were going to lead these guys all the way to a flipping treble? Sorry, that was never going to happen. So my thing is, Real Madrid are going to re-up, man. Atletico are looking to try and get Lacazette. So I think Barcelona are going to be strong, but there will come a time. There will come a time when Messi, you can't shoulder this amount of weight. There's probably not that star striker out there. There probably isn't that Coutinho thing out there. Maybe Dembele is never going to be fully fit for a full season. So there's going to come a time where, bro, Barcelona just can't, and you're not going to be able to be that team who can be that consistent. And how much can you push yourself physically to do what you did last season, where you had to do ridiculous amounts of heavy lifting for the team? But my thing about this is because I don't believe that Messi is ever going to leave Barcelona. That was my belief. But I looked at his body language. I looked at how he didn't even want to talk to Bartomeu. Like
he went straight down the tunnel.
I look at all these different things, and guys, maybe Messi will, for the first time in his career, think to himself, so you know what? If things are not really in place, should I really just go?
Welcome to City.
The thing is that you say that the things are not in place.
Wait, chill. Okay, Mohamed and then Mohamed.
You say that things are not in place. Barca have invested a lot of money into this team. They've got pretty much league title. Yeah, on Coutinho and a few other players. Malcolm, players are clearly not good enough. They need to invest a lot in that. I think they need to improve their midfield. I think the likes of, I think Allen's gaining weight. I heard.
Arthur.
Sorry, Arthur. Sorry, my bad. Arthur is gaining weight. Rakitic is leaving. Biscuits I heard is finished. So
you know what it is, Mo? I predicted this 3 years ago. It's harder and harder.
No, you never.
For these traditional teams, and it's not like it used to be where it's just because you're Barcelona, you're gonna get all the best players. There's more competition now. It's expected.
Money, finish your point. Then I'm going to Muntaha.
I say it's expected. It's harder for these big teams now to get players, because now it's not just Barcelona is the only big club you can option. There's Man City. People want to go to Tottenham. People want to go to Man United, etc. And all these other clubs popping up. But so they have to really reinvest in getting young players like Joao Felix if they want to go forward, and they have to make Messi not be the focus of everything, because the players don't want to go and be a second, third, fourth option in the team. They want to be one of the main players, whereas they feel like the team cares about their development too. So that's the main focus of Barcelona. Get young players, and people shouldn't just expect them to get all the best players. It's not possible anymore. The market is too cramped with too many teams that have the same resources. So people shouldn't have...
Hey. Okay. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, okay. Hey, man, look, first of all, I've spoken on this so many times, on so many occasions before the Champions League semi-final as well. Bro, I told you this is like legacies online, Messi. Because I knew that.
His legacy
is
wait.
I'll tell you why.
Accomplished a lot already,
wait. I'll tell you why. Okay?
Because Ronaldo.
Kuwait, oh my goodness. This guy, man. I don't care anymore, yeah? What I'm trying to say over here, bro, look, this club has invested a lot, and now the financial figures are hurting them. The wages structure is hurting. It's not that easy to buy a player for Barcelona. Listen to me. I'm educating you, yeah? Second, So what I'm saying to you, that if you see Barcelona's financial fee, transfer fee, they have outclassed Madrid, PSG as well in terms of spending.
I'm coming, alright. I'm a bit busy.
Oh my.
Look. Hey, Now they came to realize that treble is not easy peasy. It's not that rosy cozy, man. Like you need to have proper team. Like you need to have a structure. The structure is like the defense.
One man can't do it. One man can't.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. So one man. Look. You have to give one more benefit of doubt for Messi, at least for next season. He might come up with Champions League clutch. Because you have to give it because the name. You have to give him at least one more season next season.
Okay.
Yeah, but
A1 and then Maha.
Hard score.
A1.
Who's it me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go on. It's like what Mane said about those big clubs and sticking to the traditions. Barcelona, it's not the same people that were there from years ago where they relied on La Masia, where they bring a certain style of football, whatnot. Like literally, they're trying to win everything just like that without going through the long route, if you get what I'm saying. That's why they're buying all these players who are ready-made, and it's not working out. You just have to go back to the way you were, where, yeah, you buy some players, but at the same time, you also integrate the younger players in as well, so they know the way, the Barcelona way. And hire the right coach as well, because Valverde, he's not the typical Barcelona coach where they play out the back and all them quick passing triangles and everything like that. He's not that type of coach either, so that doesn't help.
I want to respond.
A1, round off your point, and I'm going to go to Juju, man.
No, I'm saying, yeah, they need to go back to their club traditions. Yeah, that's it. They need to go back to their club traditions, man, because all this whole buying all these players, whatnot, it's not working out at all.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, but I think everyone's avoiding the real problem where people, Messi, like.
Oh.
The problem with this team, feel free to start your hate comment. The problem with this team is what's it called? The system is messy. That's the problem. Like Coutinho, people call Coutinho trash, but this is a great player.
He's trash.
No, he's a good player. Dembele is a good player. No, this is a good player. I'm telling you, they're not this bad. And the problem is the system is too focused on Messi. Yes. Every attack goes through Messi. That's the problem. It's not even this is Barcelona playing the Messi system where everything goes through Messi. And I understand he can carry this team, but he needs to be more of a team player where he comes from the wing. Dembele can dribble and ignore Messi, and that's okay. Because if he does that, it's like, because this team, it just feels like it's a formula. They just pass. Because you see Dembele has creativity, but I could have sworn I've never seen Dembele's dribble in a Barcelona shirt.
He has.
No. I'm the one talking. No. The main point is he's restricted, and that's a fact. You can argue all you want. It's a fact. These players are restricted because every time they have to either pass or they do not fully express themselves. Coutinho is not even taking shots. That's the problem. That's another problem. He's not even taking that much. The one game Messi didn't play, he scored a hat-trick last season. I think there is. I'm 100% sure they need Messi needs to chill. He's doing too much, and
it's just one point. It's really crucial. It's really crucial.
I'm gonna get to a super chat, but it is a very interesting point that Juju Man does make, though, which is that it's about you've got to adapt, and I think Messi. You can't play an exact same system. It's very predictable all the way through. So all of you people saying Valverde is a loser.
Yeah, he is.
No, I don't think Valverde.
It's not Valverde's fault.
It's not Valverde's fault.
Can I say one point?
Let me land.
Yeah.
You guys saying that Valverde is a loser and
he is everything.
You realize that Valverde is strong-side because he's at the behest of Messi. There's very little fluidity he can give to his tactical because Messi, I want the ball. I want the ball in midfield.
Yeah, Messi does not think like that. Messi
Let me respond just on the one subject. It's really crucial.
Okay, let me just read this whole thing and I'll get to super chats. And then I'll go to Montaz. So Martin Rosario, thank you, bro, for the super chat.
Can I say something to?
Hey, man, bro, chill, man. What the hell? God damn. From Martin Rosario, thank you for the super chat, guy. So Martin Rosario says, most fraudulent thing ever was Messi being the GOAT. It was the system and the Spanish golden generation the whole time. Messi is just the greatest talent. All right, Muntaha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my point is regarding Valverde, yeah? Okay, before Valverde, when Luis Enrique was coach, you have Neymar in that system and you play open style football at that time. How many goals you conceded? Give me that in Champions League. You conceded 4 goals away, PSG. Somehow you came back, luckily. Juventus outclassed you. Okay? Before that, Atletico outclassed you. Okay? So this defense, Barcelona defense, like even Valverde studied this subject, bro. The defense is not that great. People are like, Busquets, he cannot defend anymore.
No, but
PK,
Yeah, but
PK don't PK
exactly.
Wait. Let me
It's the same way. Yeah,
Bro, so Valverde knows that. So immediately when Valverde came and took charge of Barcelona, he immediately understood like the only way I can progress with this current team and buying some of the crucial players, like some attackers, is by playing defensive approach.
I agree.
You cannot afford to play open style because
Yes.
because they are slow, they concede on counter attacks many times. Bro, look at La Liga.
Especially
Wait.
Let him preach, man. Let him preach, man. Preach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, look at in La Liga. What happened? In 17-18, Barcelona was so like they used to score 4 goals but concede 5 goals. They used to score 3 goals, but used to score 4 goals. This is what's happening. But this season, La Liga, and even last season, they're so good defensively. They're one of the best European defensive teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Bro,
No,
I'm telling you, man,
like if you look at
Wait. Monta, finish your point.
I'll just finish it off.
Yeah.
I see you, bro. Monta, finish your point.
Bro, Valverde has been scapegoat over here. Telling you, man. Okay, he might not be that good attackingly, but he has saved your asses so many occasions.
What?
Yes.
He's been a
Yeah,
coward.
yeah.
He has.
Regret.
I like Mutah's spot on because Mutah's spot on because if you look at
wait, chill, red. So before I give you the floor, so Supercharged from Original Base Annie, thoughts on Leeds being bought by PSG owners? That's great, but how much players can they pretty much attract if they have all that cash? But that is actually very interesting because if Leeds could keep a hold of Bielsa with all that cash, could be pretty interesting. Red, go.
Yeah, no, I agree with Muntaha. Like, if you look at even the win percentages, Valverde has some of the best win percentages. He's made Barcelona a much more balanced side, especially with the loss of Neymar. Like, they lost Neymar and they didn't miss a beat. They won the league twice in a row, back to back. Not to mention a Copa del Rey last season, and they only lost in the final this season, which still is a successful season for any club. But they're overreacting. I feel like it's just people have very high expectations. It's a problem when you go into the season not winning a treble is a failure for you, and it is. Man, they reached a world. They reached a Copa del Rey final, a Champions League semi-final, and won their league comfortably. How is that not successful?
True.
And while their player wins the Golden Boot and he's top contender for the Ballon d'Or, that's an excellent season. It's just the Messi thing, and I feel like this is bad for Barcelona because
it's not the Messi thing, man.
No, it's not Messi's fault. I'm not blaming Messi. It's not the
Messi thing. It's more
no. I mean, like it's the expectations, man. It's expectations that people have set because they have Messi.
True.
Hear me out. Just all I'm saying is that I've seen this happen time and time again. To quote one of the best, a quote from one of the best movie trilogies of all time: "You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain." Messi has to leave, man.
To add one more point.
Wait. I don't know. I'll get your point.
That's mad.
Yo, Daniel, is your mic working there?
Hello?
Yeah, hardcore man.
All right, okay. Hardcore. Hardcore. Give us your thoughts on the matter, bro. Man.
This is the thing about I've heard everything everybody's saying. Trust me, I'm being dead honest. I'm being dead serious.
Okay.
It's not Valverde's fault.
Thank you.
I watched that 2 legs like with my own beautiful eyes. There was nothing Valverde did wrong in that game. There was a game plan. There was a game plan that he was trying to follow. The players had so many chances. Jordi Alba had a 1v1. He missed it. Roberto had a chance to pass the ball to Messi to score. He didn't do it. Messi had a 1v1. He missed it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the players need to, and I keep saying this, how I see Barcelona is they're just a bunch of passers that just have 2 goal scorers, and
exactly.
that's it. And that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, easy, because my issue is that I bet you if another manager was to come in, they'll blame that manager again. Another
Nope,
manager.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree
exactly.
with you. I agree.
I think it's always been this. Of course,
Yeah.
Valverde should shoulder some blame, but as if people are not watching the games.
Yeah.
You don't
And-
remember this is there is no Iniesta, there's no Xavi, and Iniesta
Thank
and
you,
Xavi
Ajit.
were critical because let's keep it real. When Barca won in 2015, who do they have? A peak Suarez and a peak
Suarez,
Neymar.
yeah.
When they won in 2011, who did they have? A flipping David Villa, and when Pedro knew that's not Pedro was actually relevant. In 2009, who did they have? Flipping Thierry Henry and one of the best strikers of the generation in Samuel Eto'o. So are you going to compare Eto'o, Henry,
Lewandowski.
and 2011 Pedro, David Villa, Neymar, peak Suarez to Coutinho? A classy brick Suarez? Come on.
Wait. My problem.
Coutinho isn't that bad. Come
Wait.
on.
Double H. That's where I come in. That's where I come in and say the problem is this focus too much because people are saying the other players are not showing up, but I'm saying that they're not showing up because the system restricts them from showing up because Messi has to have
And
the
Messi's
ball like
player
90% of the time.
Messi's
Yeah, but
player
that's what I'm
power
saying.
is-
And he has to Messi's a great player. Like we're not hating on Messi. I'm just saying he has like it's too like every too much on the ball. Like I feel like maybe sometimes they should let Dembele have the ball and maybe dribble. Let Coutinho take a shot from nowhere. Don't have to follow a formula where if Coutinho is on the side, he has to pass every time or he cannot take a shot. It's just like he has to give to Messi. Yeah, I know that's how the Barcelona
It's
system is, but they
They
need to give more like responsibility to the other players where they can do whatever they feel like without being even though it doesn't fall because I feel like they're restricted because these players are not this bad. You can't tell me Coutinho just became an overnight brick.
Round up because we have to round off now. Round up now. So final question, and then we are getting the heck out of here, man. So the final question is this: does Messi ever leave Barcelona, or will he retire at Barcelona? Mane.
Well, if he leaves Barcelona, it's Man City is the favorite.
No,
to get him.
will he leave Barcelona, or will he retire at Barcelona?
I don't think he'll leave Barcelona. No, never. To
Okay.
go where? To do what? No.
All right, A1.
No, he's not leaving, man.
So he's not leaving. Okay.
Yeah, this is all you know.
Not in Europe, at
All right,
least. Not to any other. Yeah.
Anish.
No, he's not leaving Barcelona.
Wow, hardcore.
He's gonna leave because I think he's gonna be fed up with the embarrassments that he's gonna receive in the next couple.
Where does he go to?
I want him to come to Milan. Real talk. But I think
Why?
he's gonna
No
go to
Champions
Man
League
City.
They can't afford it,
Yeah,
man. Keep dreaming.
it's not only because of Champions League football because you're going to Milan.
You
but
can't
like,
afford it, man.
Milan. Listen.
Thank you. Hazem.
Okay, all right.
Messi.
Yeah, obviously he's coming to Milan. No, I'm joking. It's like he's gonna stay at Barcelona the whole season, until he's retired. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Juju, man.
Barcelona, because this guy feels he's like Spanish. It just feels like he was born in Argentina, but he's Spanish.
He's Argentine.
Yeah, so he'll play there. He'll play there until when he's probably like 30 years old and
He's
like
the-
36. No, I mean like 36, 40. Wait. 36, 40. He'll like when he's like as obese as what's his name, Maradona. He'll go to New Boys or something.
Man, don't insult Maradona, man. Leave him. All right, Munsara. Messi, does he retire? Or Barcelona, does he leave?
Bro, it depends, bro. If Pep Guardiola has long-term plans at City, supposedly he stays more 3, 4, 5 years, okay, at City. So I can see he's going there and playing for 1 or 2 seasons.
Okay.
But if Pep Guardiola has short-term, so I don't think so. He's going to go anywhere. I think he'll retire Barcelona.
Daniel?
All right. I think Red mentioned that there's like a Copa America almost every year or something like that. So if he gets Argentina's silverware and he feels comfortable going back home, I think there's a possibility that he leaves Barcelona when he's 35, 36 and goes home to Argentina to play like a season or two.
For like Newell's Old Boys. Okay, so you're saying that it's all dependent on if he wins something for Argentina.
He can't go back to Argentina if he's won no trophies.
That's very true. That is very true. And remember, guys, people on the streets respect Maradona more than they do Messi in Argentina.
Exactly. So, like, if he's trophyless, how do you go back home to play club football?
Easily better.
Okay. Remember, guys, shout out Talking Tactics drops every Tuesday.
I'm not here for that. I'm just bored, bro.
Oh wow.
Can we do a final prediction for the final?
No, chill. Red. Does Messi retire at Barcelona, or does he?
No, if he knows what's good for him, he leaves. Clearly, the Barcelona fans aren't happy with the domestic trophies he's winning them. They want the Champions League, and to be honest with you, you can't guarantee a Champions League. One player can't win you a Champions League. So if he knows what's good for him, he leaves. And that's not because I'm not. He can go to City. He can go to the Serie A. He can go anywhere he wants. He's Messi. He can literally go to any club and people will follow him. He has a huge fan base. But I'm not saying this to disrespect Barcelona. Or I'm not disrespecting Barcelona. I don't want to disrespect Messi. He could go to Napoli. That would be incredible. That would, dude. If he does that, man.
They'll still bottom the league. They'll still bottom the league.
Look, it's not Napoli, bro. All right, guys, I'm out. See you guys.